Many people often ask why success seems to come effortlessly to some while others seem to face constant struggles despite having the same opportunities, resources and time. Why is it that with all things equal some make significant strides forward while others remain stagnant? These are crucial questions, and answering them can provide the kind of insight that can transform everything. Over the years I've come to realize that success and failure are not random events. They operate according to principles much like the natural laws that govern our world. If you plant the right seeds and nurture them, you can expect a fruitful harvest, but if you neglect the process, fail to water, or allow distractions to take over, the results will reflect that neglect. Failure more often than not is the consequence of small repeated missteps. The key is these errors usually don't seem significant at the time. Each small mistake appears harmless in the moment. However, when these small misjudgments accumulate over time, weeks, months, or even years, they become the driving force behind failure. But here's something important to remember: failure is not the end. It can be one of the greatest teachers in life if you're open to learning from it. Unfortunately for many people, failure becomes a pattern, a habit. It begins as something minor like a small crack in the foundation. If ignored, it can eventually bring down the whole structure. The good news is that success also leaves behind clues just like failure, and when you know what to look for, you can course correct at any time. That's the remarkable part of life, our ability to choose and to change direction. Take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Have you ever felt trapped in a cycle of frustration, wondering why your efforts don't seem to bring the results you desire? Or perhaps you've observed others achieving what you want and wondered, what are they doing differently? These are the kinds of questions that, if answered honestly, can spark significant personal growth. Today we're going to examine why most people fail, not to assign blame or criticize, but to understand the root causes, because understanding is the first step toward change. As we explore this, think about how these principles apply to your own life. Where have you struggled? Where have you succeeded? Let this be a moment of reflection, insight, and the motivation to take meaningful action. One of the biggest barriers to success is the lack of self-discipline. It's a simple concept, but don't be fooled. It's anything but easy to master. Self-discipline is the ability to do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. And let me tell you, most of the time you won't feel like it. That's the truth. People often wait for the right moment for motivation to kick in or for the stars to align, but success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Success shows up when you act, even when your feelings aren't on board. Let's think about this for a moment. How many times have we said, I'll start tomorrow, only for tomorrow to turn into next week into next month, and before we know it, years have passed with nothing to show for it. We tell ourselves that skipping one opportunity, missing one workout, or letting one responsibility slide won't make a difference, but here's the truth: every decision counts. Every choice you make is like laying down a brick, and over time those bricks form the foundation of your life. Why is self-discipline so crucial? Because success isn't built on one big dramatic action, it's built on the small everyday things. Success is built on consistency. It's built on getting up early even when you're tired. It's built on saying no to distractions even when they're tempting. It's built on doing the work even when no one is watching. That's the cost of success, and self-discipline is the price you pay. But here's the catch: self-discipline isn't something you're born with. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed. It all starts with small wins. If there's a task you've been avoiding, tackle it today. If procrastination has been holding you back, take the first step right now. No matter how small, success begins in the tiniest actions. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. You're not trying to change everything in one night. That's overwhelming. Instead, you're building momentum, one disciplined decision at a time. One of the most effective ways to strengthen your self-discipline is to connect it to your goals. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? When your reason is strong enough, it will fuel your commitment. Weak reasons lead to weak results, but strong reasons create a sense of urgency. They remind you of what's at stake. Whatever your reason is, hold on to it. Let it guide you when your feelings want to take you off course. And here's the critical part: hold yourself accountable. This is an essential piece of self-discipline. When you hold yourself accountable, or even better, when someone else helps hold you accountable, you're far more likely to follow through. It's easy to break promises to yourself, but when you make a commitment to someone else, it carries more weight. They help keep you on track when your resolve weakens. I once met a man who told me he was struggling to reach his goals. He was bright, talented, and full of ambition, but progress seemed elusive. When we dug deeper, we uncovered the issue in consistency. He would work hard for a week and then coast for a month. He would start a project with great enthusiasm only to abandon it when challenges arose. His lack of discipline was holding him back. I told him success is predictable. sustainable if you commit to the right habits and stick with them. The results will follow. He took that advice to heart. He started practicing discipline in small manageable ways, waking up early or sticking to a routine, following through on his commitments. Over time those small wins added up, and before long he was living the life he had always dreamed of. And the same can happen for you. Self-discipline isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up every day, doing the work and trusting the process. It's about choosing growth over comfort even when it's hard, because here's the truth: nothing worth having comes easy. If it did, everyone would have it. So let me ask you, where in your life could you use more self-discipline? What's one area where you've been waiting for the perfect moment to act? Remember, that moment doesn't exist. The time to start is now. Begin with one step, no matter how small. That's how you build the muscle of discipline, and that's how you set yourself on the path to success. The second major reason most people fail is a lack of clear vision. Vision is the compass that directs your life. Without it, you're like a ship without a sail, adrift at the mercy of the wind and the waves. A life without vision is reactive rather than proactive, and it's easy to confuse movement with progress. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're headed in the right direction. And here's the hard truth: most people are busy but they aren't productive. They're running on a treadmill, expending energy but getting nowhere. So why is vision so critical? Because it gives your life focus and purpose. It's the why behind everything you do. A clear vision helps you make better decisions, manage your time effectively, and face obstacles with greater resilience. When you have a vision, you know what truly matters and, just as importantly, what doesn't. That clarity allows you to say no to distractions and stay on course even when life throws challenges your way. Here's the problem: many people never take the time to define their vision. They go through life reacting to circumstances instead of creating the circumstances they want. They let other people's expectations shape their choices. They drift hoping that someday things will work out, but hope is not a strategy, and life doesn't reward the drifter. Life rewards the planner, the dreamer who holds a map and a clear destination in mind. So how do you create a vision? Start by asking yourself the big questions. What do you really want out of life? What kind of person do you want to become? What legacy do you want to leave behind? These aren't easy questions, and the answers won't come overnight, but they are worth the effort because they define the course of your life. Your vision is your North Star. It should inspire you, challenge you, and pull you forward even on days when motivation seems nowhere to be found. Once you've identified your vision, the next step is to write it down. There's something powerful about putting pen to paper. Writing your vision down makes it real. It's no longer just a vague idea in your head. It becomes a tangible goal you can work toward. Be specific. A vague vision leads to vague results. If you want financial freedom, define what that looks like. Is it a specific amount saved, being debt-free, owning your time? The clearer your vision, the easier it comes to create a plan and take action. But having a vision is just the beginning. You must revisit it regularly. Life has a way of pulling us in 1,000 different directions, and if you're not careful, you can lose sight of what truly matters. Make it a habit to reflect on your vision. Ask yourself, am I getting closer to my goals, or am I drifting? Let your vision guide your daily actions, your weekly priorities, and your long-term decisions. Years ago, I met a young woman who was frustrated with her life. She felt stuck in a dead-end job and wasn't sure what to do next. She said to me, "I feel like I'm just going through the motions, but I don't know where I'm going." I asked her, "What's your vision? What do you want to achieve?" She hesitated. She had never thought about it that way. She had goals, yes, but no overarching vision that connected them. We worked together to define what success looked like for her, not just in her career but in her relationships, health, personal growth, and contributions to the world. Once she had a clear vision, everything changed. She started making decisions with purpose. She left her job and pursued a career that aligned with her passions. Today she's thriving, not because she had all the answers but because she finally had a direction. Here's something else to consider: your vision can evolve as you grow. Your goals and priorities may shift, and that's perfectly fine. What's important is keeping your vision aligned with your values. A vision that no longer resonates with who you are or where you want to go will lose its power to inspire you. Stay flexible but stay committed to the process of refining that vision as you evolve. Now let me ask you, do you have a clear vision for your life? If not, it's time to create one. Start with the areas that matter most: your career, your relationships, your health, your personal development. Imagine what success looks like in each of these areas, then set goals that align with that vision. And if you already have a vision, revisit it. Does it still inspire you? Is it guiding your daily actions? Use your vision as a filter for your decisions. If an opportunity doesn't align with your vision, it's a distraction, and distractions over time lead to failure. Failure to define a clear vision is one of the most common reasons people fall short of their potential, but the good news is it's It's never too late to create or refine your vision. The moment you gain clarity about where you want to go, you reclaim control of your life. You stop drifting and start directing your energy toward what truly matters. Next, the third reason most people fail is their inability to master relationships. No matter how skilled, talented, or hardworking you are, your success will ultimately depend on how well you connect, communicate, and collaborate with others. Success is never a solo journey, it's a team effort, a symphony of relationships working together in harmony. Yet so many people overlook this fundamental truth. They get caught up in their personal goals and ambitions, neglecting the one thing that can multiply their results: meaningful connections with others. Think about it. Every opportunity, every breakthrough, every success story involves people. Relationships are the bridges to opportunity, and here's the kicker: relationships don't just happen, they require effort, attention, and investment. Yet many people take them for granted, assuming they'll always be there or that they don't need to prioritize them. So why do people fail in this area? One major reason is a lack of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand and manage your own emotions while also recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. It's about empathy, listening, and being aware of how your words and actions affect those around you. People with emotional intelligence don't struggle to build trust, resolve conflicts, or inspire loyalty. Without it, you may unintentionally sabotage your relationships through insensitivity or self-centered behavior. Another reason people struggle with relationships is the failure to communicate effectively. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about connecting. It's about listening more than you speak, about seeking to understand before trying to be understood. Most people think they're good communicators because they can express their thoughts, but true communication is about creating mutual understanding. It's about making the other person feel heard, valued, and respected. And then there's trust. Trust is the foundation of every successful relationship. Without it, nothing else matters. But trust isn't something you can demand, it's something you earn over time through consistency and integrity. Every promise you keep, every time you show up when you say you will, every honest interaction builds trust. On the other hand, broken promises, dishonesty, or a lack of follow-through will erode trust faster than anything else. I once worked with a business owner who was struggling to keep his company afloat. His products were excellent, his marketing was solid, and he worked tirelessly, but his business wasn't growing, and he couldn't figure out why. When we dug deeper, the issue became clear. He was neglecting his relationships. His employees didn't feel valued, his customers felt like transactions, not partners. He was so focused on the numbers that he forgot about the people behind them. Once he started investing in those relationships, appreciating his employees, listening to his customers, and building genuine connections, everything changed. His business didn't just survive, it thrived. The same principles apply to personal relationships. These relationships need attention and care. You can't expect them to flourish if you're not willing to put in the effort. Show appreciation, spend quality time, be present. These may seem like simple things, but they make all the difference. Neglect them and you'll find yourself feeling isolated no matter how much success you achieve. But mastering relationships isn't just about what you do for others, it's also about who you surround yourself with. Your associations have a profound impact on your success. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by people who lack ambition, who discourage your dreams, or who pull you down, it will be incredibly difficult to rise above. But if you associate with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be better, they'll lift you to new heights. So take a moment to evaluate your current relationships. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Are you investing in the people who matter most, or are you letting those relationships slip through the cracks? And just as importantly, what kind of person are you in your relationships? Are you someone who adds value, who lifts others up, who people can count on, or are you taking more than you're giving? Remember, relationships aren't transactions, they're partnerships built on mutual respect and shared goals. If you approach them with a giving mindset, looking for ways to add value rather than just take, you'll find that people respond in kind. They'll want to work with you, support you, and help you succeed. What you give, you get. In the end, your ability to master relationships will determine the level of success you achieve. You can't do it alone, and you don't have to. When you invest in people, when you show up for them, and when you build trust and connection, you create a network of support that's stronger than any individual effort. Ask yourself, how are your relationships today? Are there bridges you need to mend, connections you need to deepen or associations you need to change. Reflect on this, because if you can master the art of relationships, you'll have the foundation for lasting success. Success and failure are shaped by the same force. The choices we make every moment presents an opportunity to grow, to adapt, and to take even the smallest step toward a better version of yourself. It's never about perfection, nor is it about avoiding failure altogether. Failure will come, but what you do with it makes all the difference. The real question isn't whether you'll face obstacles, but whether you'll learn from them and let them refine you. Life's outcomes are often rooted in habits, and those habits come from your priorities and your commitments. If you want different results, you must be willing to change your approach. Ask yourself, what can I do today, not someday, to move closer to the life I want? Action doesn't have to be grand, it just has to begin. There's power in starting and moving forward even when the road feels uncertain. And remember, success is a journey, not a destination. Every step forward matters, even when progress feels slow. You don't need to have all the answers right now, you just need the courage to keep going, adjust when needed, and stay open to the lessons along the way. Life rewards effort and persistence, and over time those small steps compound into something extraordinary. So here's the challenge: look at where you are and decide where you want to go. Reflect on what's holding you back, but don't dwell there. Focus on what's within your control. The choices you make, the habits you build, and the actions you take. When you do, you'll find that success isn't a destination you arrive at, it's a path you walk every day. It's not something you chase, it's something you create, and it starts right now.